Several weeks ago, I talked about the reason you have your dreams and I have mine. And that reason is simply that you're meant to live yours and I'm meant to live mine. Kind of simple. But I want to speak a little bit more about this concept this week and about why we dream the dreams we dream. And is there ever a time we should give up on our dreams? Hi, I'm Deborah Poneman, founder of Yes to Success seminars, where we give you knowledge and tools to live your ultimate life and ageless, anti aging for your brain, your body, and your future. Well, first of all, we need to remember the truth. And that is often attributed to the great German philosopher Goethe, but in fact was spoken by Swedish mountaineer and writer W.H. Murray. And that truth is, and I quote, there is nothing capricious in nature. The implanting of a desire indicates that its gratification is in the constitution of the person who feels it. Or, in simpler terms, you wouldn't have a desire unless you had the ability and the destiny to fulfill it. The desire and the fulfillment come in the same package, just as the oak tree is in the acorn. So if you have a true desire, a burning desire to be a writer or an architect or a talk show host or a massage therapist or a pastry chef or to design video games, the implanting of the desire indicates that you are meant to fulfill that desire. I mean, I don't have any desire to be a chef. I can't boil water or to design video games. I cannot figure out what people are doing when they're playing video games. I mean, I just can't do it. You see, there are three reasons why people do whatever they do in their life, probably more than three, but these are the three main reasons as I see it. The first reason people do what they do is to be happier. People get married, they have kids, they start businesses, they go on trips, they learn to meditate, they become doctors or attorneys or acupuncturists because they believe that doing those things will bring them more happiness. No one says, I'm going to become a doctor because I know that that will make me really, really miserable, or I'm going to have kids to see how much unhappiness I can create in my life. No. The second reason people do what they do is because they want to contribute to the happiness of others or the well being of the planet. If someone opens a restaurant, for example, they do it because they believe that if they serve people a beautiful meal, those customers' lives will be enriched, enhanced, and they'll be happier. In fact, I have a dear friend, Elliot Bell, who just opened a restaurant in St. Helena. I just went there the other night in California, and it's called Charlie's, and he loves when his customers are happy. I saw firsthand, and it's a great restaurant, just by the way. But it was just really a joy to see him so happy when his customers enjoyed the meal. Again, no one opens a restaurant and says, I'm going to make really disgusting food so my customers will have a horrible experience. No, we do what we do because we think we'll make other people happy. The third reason people do what they do is because it's their dharma. You've probably heard the word dharma before. It's a Sanskrit word, and the definition of dharma is, well, literally, it's that which upholds, not just what upholds your life, but according to Vedic literature, when you live your dharma, you're upholding all of creation. In fact, it says in the Vedic literature that when everyone is living their Dharma, the world will enter into a golden age, an age of enlightenment. In the scripture called the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says to Arjuna that it is so important to live your Dharma that, quote, it's better to die living your own Dharma than to live the Dharma of another man, end quote. Those are very strong words, but if we believe that it's true, it kind of inspires us to live our Dharma. But how do we know what our Dharma is? Well, everyone is born with certain gifts and natural talents and inclinations. Going with those inclinations is how you live your Dharma. And when you use your gifts and your talents, you are upholding all of creation. So ask yourself, what makes you happy? Do you love music, sports, speaking, writing, selling, painting? Do you love numbers, building things, computers, hiking, gardening, robotics? What did you love when you were a child? I'm going to give you an example. My daughter Deanna always loved fashion. She was a little fashionista by the time she could dress herself. And then she went to an artsy college and got a degree in fashion marketing and merchandising. But there is something else that was unique about Deanna, and that is she always had this ability to heal people. When she was a tiny little girl and I had morning sickness when I was pregnant with her brother, or I had a headache or back pain, the first thing I would do was have Deanna come and lay her hands on me. And I always felt relief. And more often than not, I was completely cured. And after getting her degree in fashion, she realized as much as she loved that world, there was a world that spoke to her more. And she became a chiropractor. And her practice members adore her and are aware that they are in the presence of not just a skilled chiropractor, but a genuine healer because it's her Dharma. You also might have heard me talk about my brother-in-law, Jonathan, who from the time he was a little boy loved music. His parents said that all he ever wanted to do was listen to music and go to concerts and sing and play various instruments. And when he was a teen, he realized he had an eye for talent. He could actually predict which groups were going to be huge and which groups were going to be one-hit wonders. And then when he went to college, he became a disc jockey for his college station and wrote a music column in a school newspaper. And when he graduated from college, he wanted to be a music producer or an agent. But his parents said that the future was in computers and convinced him to pursue a career in computers. Then, after attending one of my Yes to Success seminars, where he learned about this concept of Dharma and that you're given specific talents because the creator, the God of your understanding, wants you to use them, and inherent in that desire to be a famous writer or disc jockey or an accomplished chef is the ability to fulfill that desire, and that you love what you love for a reason. In Jonathan's case, he told his parents that he was not going to computer school, but he was going to be a music agent. They were not happy with him or with me until a few years later when he went to a little coffee house in Seattle, and playing there to a handful of people was a group called Nirvana. Well, he signed them with his brand new record label, Sub Pop, which went on to be one of the biggest alternative music labels in the world. And Nirvana's frontman, Kurt Cobain, in one of his final interviews, credited my brother-in-law, Jonathan, with coining the term grunge to describe the music that turned into a major musical genre. John appeared in Rolling Stone. He was on the cover of Spin magazine. He has an entire showcase in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland dedicated to him and his partner, the co-founder of Sub Pop. Whatever lights you up and makes your heart sing is what you are put here to do. But you know, it won't always be smooth sailing to the top. Sometimes it will be, but most likely there will be road bumps and obstacles. But success is a journey. It's not a destination. The fun part is traveling the road towards the fulfillment of your dreams. We live in a big classroom called Planet Earth, and we're here to learn the lessons that each obstacle present to us. Just don't get discouraged at the first or second or third appearance of an obstacle. Don't think the destination isn't waiting just because there's a roadblock. Those are just the life lessons you came here to learn on your journey. So do what Napoleon Hill, the author of Think and Grow Rich, says. He says that what he does is that when those obstacles appear, he says to them, well, hello, little fellow. I don't know what it is that you've come to teach me, but whatever it is, I'm going to learn it so well that you will not have to come back a second time. Learn and then keep moving. And remember, there's nothing capricious in nature. And if you have a desire, it's there for you to fulfill. That's why we all have different desires. One person wants to be a photographer, another wants to build buildings, another wants to breed dogs, and another wants to grow vegetables. Just know that whatever you love, it loves you too. And your goals want you as much as you want them. Because when everyone is living their Dharma, that's when a golden age will dawn. Trust this. And even if what lights you up is for now not your vocation, but rather your avocation, that's okay. Just keep doing what you love, and you never know where it will lead you. Maybe even into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Have fun.